I'm so glad that this is becoming a regular thing that I'm doing. I'm doing country music reviews. I wrote this one up last night and I'm going to film it for you now. I hope my air conditioner isn't too loud, but I'll just talk louder. So, this actually isn't reviewing anything. I should just call them like roundups or something. That sounds countryish enough, right? But what I'm rounding up is simply my 5 favorite country songs right now. And though it would be better and more organized if the rule was that these had to be like current like things that just came out, like my favorite songs of the last whatever, my taste doesn't stick to that. And I probably don't follow it well enough yet to do that. So what I have for you though is 5 favorite songs right now, country, and they don't have to be recent. And I'm being confusing. But like, I go through cycles where I rediscover this song, or Grady Smith reminds me of this song, or I was just listening to an old album one day and I heard this song, and that's my favorite song for a while, and then it's not my favorite song ever. Like my favorite song, which is I Want Crazy by Hunter Hayes, not on this list because these are like the ones that are cycling through my favorite songs right now. 3 of them are what I would consider new releases. 2 of them are not, so that's why I have to throw out that disclaimer. But the setup I have right here is my notebook right here, reading off my notes I have about these songs. I have my computer over here. I'm going to be playing either the music video for the song. I have 2 music videos for 2 of these songs. I have music videos. They're both really good music videos, and then the other one I just have the official audio. So hopefully you enjoy this. Also, another thing I need to throw out is that when I've done these videos in the past, it's not in order. Like if I have favorites, I usually don't make an effort to put it in order, but this time I did. I made an effort. It was really hard. So we're going to be starting with number 5 down to my favorite song right now, which is at number 1. Okay? Let's get started. Is that Jon Pardi you hear? Yeah, it is, because my 5th favorite song right now is Jon Pardi's Heartache Medication. This is by Jon Pardi himself, Barry Dean, and Natalie Hemby. Sorry, let me get rid of that ad. Okay, if you are not familiar with this, it has a very traditional country entrance with a fiddle. And in the words of, I believe this is Grady Smith, like, Jon Pardi is just doing his traditional thing without shoving it in anybody's face. Like, he did a song on the new record with Thomas Rhett, and he's not, like, saying anybody else is wrong. He's just doing his own thing. A lot of people love him for it. That chorus you just heard is To Die For. That's another reason why I like this song. It's just, I learned all the lyrics to it so I could sing along with it. When it has a really good melody, up, downs, and different parts of the chorus, we're going to listen to it together. Here it comes. Here I go again, I'm drinking 1, I'm drinking 2. I got that heartache medication with a strong dedication to getting over you. Turning me loose on that heart of jukebox, lost in neon time. With my heartache medication, well it suits me fine, and I'm drinking enough to get you off. Nice long chorus, interesting things he's saying. He has a new single out from this new record. It's called Ain't Always the Cowboy. I haven't listened to that yet, but this is a strong way to start off. I'm trying to think if I've heard this. I have heard this on the radio a few times. Hopefully it will be bigger, because this is my favorite Jon Pardi song, followed by Heartache on the Dance Floor. So, I love this one. If you haven't seen this music video right here, you need to go see it, because it is like the cutest, purest thing you've ever seen. And it is Chris Young's You. This is obviously not a new release. It was one I was reminded of by Grady I should just credit my entire life to Grady Smith because he's inspiring so much of what I do. But it's a 2011 release from his awesome album called Tomorrow. From that album is the song Tomorrow and the song Neon, both very good songs right now. I mean, but right now my favorite one is You by Chris Young. By the way, it was written by Chris Young himself and Luke Lard. If I can reveal the Wikipedia description of this song, we totally can do that. Quote, a lover being told that her charm is the only thing that affects him the most. And it's that simple concept that makes it really lovable. Also, these lyrics that are going around now are different. Like, it's just, it encompasses love very well, I think. This music video, if you're watching it, it's just everything in black and white except when these girls roll up to the car wash. Different things on them have accents of color. Like right now she's wearing like a yellow scarf. And it's a perfectly simple, he like works as like a gas station worker. This was his 5th #1, by the way. Back when he was a awesome crooner. I'm not sure if he has this quality stuff anymore, but he might get back on it, I don't know. But anyway, it's a really simple music video for a very simple and very touching song, and I love it. Coming up with the official audio, I have We Were by Keith Urban. This is a new release, a single on, oops, sorry, here we go again. But yeah, this is We Were. It's written by Eric Church, Jeff Hyde, Ryan Tyndall. And I don't have as much knowledge of country songwriters as I feel like I should, but I'm learning. But I know that Eric Church, his writing style, is just like this. Very descriptive, very personal stuff. I said imagery is beyond in my notes. Like in the chorus when they say, 2 feet hanging out over the edge of a water tower skyline. Very summery. Perfect time for this release because the song has very summery imagery. Two heartbeats in the moonlight. Like, with that awesome melody, just every line is very rich. There was nothing like, oh, we're just gonna throw girl here, and like it's very all thought out, for sure. I said not too much beautiful melody over guitar. Right, it's not overproduced, I don't think. I think it's very awesome, and it's exactly the type of thing I like to see Keith Urban doing because I haven't had a favorite song that he's put out recently. Like, I didn't like Coming Home at all. Like, at all, so. Never Come Down was okay. It was okay. What is this song? I am who I am, I just miss who I was when we were. Awesome playing with the words there, and it's a very meaningful song. I hope this one gets up there, gets #1. So this right here is another official audio, so that means your #1 slot has a music video. Sorry. But yes, your #1 has a music video. This song is awesome. It's Blessed by Thomas Rhett. It was written by Thomas Rhett, Sean Douglas, and Joe Sparger. And it is about his wife, Lauren. And it has a very Die Happy Man vibe to it. It's from his new album, Centerpoint Road. I haven't given that album enough chance. It's very, like, jazzy. It's like very, like a swing. It's interesting. Go look at it. But from that album, I loved this one, and I loved That Old Truck.
So go check this out for sure. Has that nice 3/4 feel.
awesome. And he can definitely write a love song. The lyrics in this one are so sweet, especially a particular lyric I want to talk about. He goes, people say I'm lucky, but lucky ain't the word. I'm blessed. So he's saying he's blessed rather than lucky. And I think that brings up a really interesting point, that lucky is almost like you got what you wanted, but you didn't deserve it. Oh, like you were lucky that you got that. But blessed is like leans on the side of gratitude, and I never thought of that before. So I like the word blessed more than lucky, and it's a very nice little title for the song. And that's all I have to say about it. I mean, you gotta check it out. Love this good song. Good. Before we got to our number one spot, I felt that I needed to mention some honorable mentions. And those honorable mentions were, when I was making this list for potential songs to include, I ended up with 7 songs that I needed to narrow down. And the ones that I had a very hard time narrowing down, but I still did narrow them down, were Eat This Summer by Brad Paisley, one of those ones that I was just reminded of when I was probably making my summer playlist. I don't really remember what I was doing when I found this, but he's got a lot of good ones. That one's included, so go check that one out, as well as That Old Truck by Thomas Rhett, which you just talked about. But the only reason I didn't include that was because it felt like I'd moved past it a little bit. Like, it wasn't in its prime for my loving it. So anyway, let's get to number 1. Not a new release. Actually, it came out in 2014, but I think it was on my recommended for my country playlist. And I was like, oh, I love Hunter Hayes, I gotta listen to this. I love Hunter Hayes, but I didn't really well-round myself when I first learned about him. I just was like, oh, I'm crazy, and Still Falling, and that's like what I've had on repeat. But this song, if only I'd heard it before, because it reinforces why I love him so much. He is awesome. Somebody in the comment section of the song said, this is the kind of song you can listen to over and over without getting tired of it, and I totally agree with that. It's just something about the fast pace, the awesome lyrics. You just heard it at the beginning of the chorus. It goes, your name sounds so good next to mine, I'm just saying. Like, that's an awesome lyric, I have to say. Good concepts, would be a good tattoo. And you can work your whole chorus around that, which is awesome, and he does. Underrated album as well, Storyline. I still need to do a little bit more listening to find which songs I love from that, but for sure Still Falling, for sure this one. Another one, Invisible, is really good. And you can listen many times, that's what I had. Oh, did I say who this was written by? Written by Troy Burgess and Barry Dean. Guys, this music video is so cute. Go watch it. I know the lighting's not perfect here, so. Okay. Tattoo, Hunter Hayes, my favorite song right now, and probably for a little while, so. Here it comes. Alright. Thanks for listening to my top 5 favorite songs right now. I'm proud of myself for putting that in order. I mean, you could probably switch a few up in the middle of the list. But they were just so close, so, I mean. But anyway, that's all I have to say, so thank you. Check these out if you haven't. They're good ones. So, bye.